Hi, I'm Keith from Countryside Nursery, and today I'm going to be going over proper planting techniques with you. Here we've got a Ruby Falls red bud, and the first step that you want to do is you want to get a hold of Julie and contact them and make sure there's no gas or electric lines in the way. You will get a pretty hefty fine if you do hit some of those, so it's good to make sure that you're clear to dig. Once you're clear to dig, you want to look at the root ball. I like to kind of find a place for where I'm going to be planting it. I set it up in that place. I'll kind of get it the direction facing where I would like it. Then you take a spade here. You'll go about 2 to 3 inches wider than the pot. So we've got the root ball here. And I dug the hole about 2 to 3 inches wider on the sides. That way you've got a little bit of room for the roots to grow. A lot of people say to do it 2 to 3 times the size of the pot, but if you do that and you're in a really windy area, a lot of times the wind will come and blow it over. So this still gives you that extra foot room for the plant, but it's not going to be too much where it won't be able to have the stability that it needs. So when you're taking them out of the pot, especially for trees, it's good to kind of bend them on the side. You push the bottom of the pot a little bit and get it kind of popping out. Then you just pull it out like that. You take a look at the root ball, you can see the roots are starting to wrap around the root ball. So it's a good idea to kind of score the roots. This just helps them to get established a little bit quicker. So I like to do that on 4 different sides. You just kind of run the spade right down the side and cut the roots so that they're not going to be growing in a circle. It'll help them grow a little bit more straight down. So I just do that on 4 different sides. And then when you plant it, you're going to make sure you've got the side facing where you want, so you're not going to be disturbing the root ball after it's in the hole. Then I like to take compost, and I mix the compost about 25% with the backfill. So I'm going to have a lot of backfill here, so I'm not going to use a lot of compost. It's probably about 50%. That's okay. And then you want to mix it up so that it's not all just straight compost or straight backfill up against it. And you should have a nice light soil that fills it in easily. Then when you're planting a tree at the bottom here, there's something called the root flare. This is where the tree starts to kind of expand at the bottom. So you don't want it to look like a straight telephone pole is coming out of the ground like this here. You want this area below the graft region where the trunk actually starts to flare out. You want that to be at or level with the ground, or slightly raised up. So that's about the depth that you want to plant your trees. And then it's always a good idea to finish them off with a little bit of mulch. This is going to help them to retain some moisture. And then when I put down the mulch ring, again, you want to pull it away from the trunk so that it's not going to be burying that trunk right there. And you create a little bit of a ring on the outside that helps to catch the water. So you kind of got a nice dish in the middle here. That's how you plant a tree.